Hey guys, what's up? It's Harry and welcome back to another video. So the lighting is terrible and you'll probably hear loads of traffic going on outside. But my grandparents are out, they've gone to the dentist, so I thought I have some time to film. Why not make the most of it? So here I am. Now you'll notice I'm a little bit more lively than the previous video, and that's because in the previous video I was on the verge of a breakdown. Of course a huge lorry just passes. And now I'm feeling a lot more better. I've spoken to loads of my friends about it. I've changed my name on all my social medias apart from YouTube. That hasn't happened all morning. Oh my gosh, okay. And I've been trying to change it on YouTube, but there's been some sort of like technical issue. So I'm trying to resolve that, but yeah. That's where we're at. Okay. So you'll notice that I introduced myself as Harry, which is the name that I'm now going to be going by. It's a name that I really love and I feel like I connect to, and loads of my friends recommended it, and I don't know, I feel like it fits me better than Ryan ever did, and yeah. So that's what we're going on. Also, appreciate this shirt. I wasn't even meant to be wearing it in a video, but I'd already done my hair this morning and I only brought one other button up down with me, which is the red and black one, which I already wore, so I'm wearing this one. I bought it yesterday, bought it for my apprenticeship meeting on Tuesday and then a date that I've got in a couple of weeks. Yes, I know, your boy got a boyfriend. Okay, we're not even going to go into that. So, yeah. But, into this video, I'm going to be talking about names for trans people, but this is, instead of me crying about my own name, this is going to be advice for choosing yours. So the name selection process is such a difficult one for trans people, as we've already established, but it's so difficult not only to pick a name, but to pick a name that you feel a connection with, and that's the issue that I faced. So first of all, finding names, that's what the main issue basically, because once you've found a whole list of names that you like, you can then go through the selection process. So first off, go to a baby name website. Sounds stupid, I know, but honestly, they've been a lifesaver. Go onto a baby name website, click on boys' names if you are a trans guy, or if you want like a masculine name, or girls' names if you're a trans girl or want a feminine name. If you want a unisex name, for example, if you're non-binary or gender fluid, or you just want, you know, a unisex name, then there is on some websites an option for unisex. Or you could just type in unisex baby names onto Google and I'm sure it will come up. So then, once you've done that, you want to go through all of the names, okay, maybe not all of them because there's millions, but loads of the names, and write down top 20 or top 10 onto a piece of paper, onto Word, depending on how into the 21st century you are. You could even write it on a notes app on your iPhone, you know, getting that tech. And then you want to go through and cut it down. So if you've done 20, you want to get it down to 10. If you've done 10, you want to get it to 5. Cross them off. And then once you've got 5, I'd say try them out with close friends. So first of all, explain the situation to your close friends. Be like, yo, so I'm looking for a new name, but it's a really difficult process and I want to feel a connection with the name so that I don't end up like Ryan going through thousands of names. Don't actually say that last bit. And yeah, hopefully they'll be really supportive and call you that name. And if you don't like it, if you don't connect to it, if you just don't feel like it's you, then say scrap it, call me the next name on the list. And I'd say do that with all the names, even if you feel a really strong connection with one, just because that really strong connection might be stronger with another name. Once you've done that, then you should have like 2 or 3 names, I guess, left. And then I'd say go for what suits you. Ask your friends, ask family if you can, ask peers, ask co-workers, ask your dog, but that might not be very, you know, dogs don't speak, but okay, yeah. So see what name fits you, because, you know, let's be honest, someone was like, oh, I really like, this is a true story, someone was like, oh, I really like the name Ben. It's like, okay, fair enough, but I really don't feel like Ben suits me as a person. good name. It suits a lot of people, but it doesn't suit me. And that's another thing I want to chuck into this video. When you change your name, what is really annoying, and I've had a load of these responses, and it's really quite annoying, I can't think of another word, irritating, is when someone goes, yeah, but I like your old name. So I like, for me it was like, I like the name Ryan, and I'm like, yeah, well, so do I, but it's not me. I don't care whether you like the name or not. You're not the one that has to be called it. I appreciate what you're trying to say, that, you know, that you like the name Ryan, but at the end of the day, you're not being called it. I am, and you're not feeling the discomfort that I am. So, you know, that is something that you're going to have to bear in mind, that people are going to react like that. It happened when I changed from my birth name to Leo. People are like, oh, but I like that name. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a girl's name. I'm not a girl. And it's like, ugh, it's so tiring to hear that response. So it's just something that you've got to be prepped for. So once you're down to these names and you've found your perfect name, you're sorted. But then you've got to go around to changing your name on medias. So Facebook, it shouldn't be an issue unless you've got like family who you aren't out to. If so, what I'd recommend doing is making another Facebook. Now this is quite risky, and I obviously don't recommend lying to your parents, but this technically isn't lying, it's just making another Facebook which you haven't added them on, under your new name. I don't know, I'd say be careful. If your parents are going to react really badly, either make sure you've blocked them on this account and any family friends, or don't do this, because I don't want to get anyone into a state of danger. That's what I did personally. I made a new account under the name that I was going by. I didn't block anybody on it. I thought if I'm found, then I'll explain, because I knew that my dad wasn't going to react totally negatively to it. But if you are going to be put into danger by doing that, please don't do it. It's not worth it, honestly. You will one day be able to go by the name you feel you are. But yeah, so that's one way of doing it, or you can just change your name if everyone's chill with it. Twitter's easy. Snapchat's okay unless your username has your old name in it, because that's really difficult because you can't change your username. So that's slightly an issue, but make a new Snapchat account, I guess, that's all I'm saying. Email address is a big one for me. Currently my email address has a shortening of Ryan in it, and that is an email address which I use so often. It's got all of my scouting emails on there, which is so much, honestly. There's like over 3,000 emails on that account, which are really important, and so for now I'm keeping that as sort of my main account. I am changing the name on it though, so it's going to be Harry Thomas, but with Rye in the email address, which is going to confuse people, I know, but sorry honey. But I have got a Harry Thomas email address, which I'll use for like Spotify and social media accounts, and signing up for like website updates and all of that jazz. So yeah, if the website baby name thing doesn't work for you choosing a name, ask people what names they like, what names suit you. Just ask and talk to people, because honestly, if you don't get other people's opinions, it's going to be really difficult to find a name that suits you. Because you look in the mirror and you think, I like that name, but you might ask like 10 other people and they'll be like, yeah, it's a nice name but it doesn't suit you. And then you're like, oh, like what are you doing then? So definitely get other people's opinions. But if you do choose a name, like I did, Harry, and you feel like it suits you, and you know, that's all that matters. As I said, you're the one that's going to get called it. You're the one that's going to get called it for the rest of your life. And you're the one that feels the connection with it, not anybody else. And I think that's the most important thing. Make sure you're happy, and other people eventually will learn to be with you whether they like it or not. So yeah, that is sort of the main things. Like, that's how I've chosen my name. I've heard other people like going into like libraries, taking out a book. My dog is snoring. Simba, come here, buddy. Good lad. Yeah, and getting like a book out on baby names. I just feel like I live in the 21st century. Like, come on, it's so much easier to go on the internet and type in baby names. Like, so little effort. But I guess if you don't have internet, that's an option, but you wouldn't really be watching this video if you didn't have internet, so, you know. Also, I'd say, don't feel ashamed about choosing a name that you know other people have. So, like, for me, I know loads of people called Harry. And originally, like, I also know people called Ryan, and I felt really bad, like, using that name. I felt like, oh my gosh, they're gonna think I'm copying their name. What am I gonna do? Oh my gosh, because I'm not actually copying their name, but they're gonna think I am, and ugh. Honestly, no one thinks that. Like, it's a feeling that I get every time. No one actually thinks that. And you will think they do, but they seriously don't. Especially if it's a common name. If it's like a really, really uncommon name, then possibly, but if it feels right to you, then they're gonna deal with it. Like, honestly, Harry is a really popular name in Britain anyway, so I don't really have much of an issue with that, but yeah, so that's kind of the main way that loads of trans people choose their names, and it's worked for so many people that I know. If you're kind of like really patriotic about your country, you can also go onto websites which allow you to choose sort of your country's names. So if I really wanted a Welsh name, I could go onto Welsh names and it would bring up a list of like Welsh names or alternative spellings of normal names that make them Welsh, I guess. Don't know if that made any sense. But like, you can have like German names and French names and English names, Irish names, Scottish names, any names that you fancy. Even if you're like Welsh and you want an Irish name, like, go for it, I don't even care. Like, you might get a bit of stick for it, but if you're comfortable with it. I'm not even sure of the origin of Harry. I think it's like British, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna Google that afterwards, find out what it means. Because I know Ryan meant Little King in Welsh, which I thought was quite appropriate, to be honest. Hence why, because Little King translated into Welsh is Brenin Bach. Hence why loads of my social media usernames are Brenin_Bach. I don't really care. I quite like that, even when my name's not Ryan. I'm little. I'm not a king, but you know, sometimes I act like one, so it's all good. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. It's quite long. I hope it's kind of helpful in a way, and it's kind of updated you all on my name situation, which hopefully isn't a situation anymore, but we'll go into that. So yeah, I'm also sat on 2 cushions just so that I can be on the right level for this video. I hope the traffic hasn't been too loud and my dog snoring didn't put you off, but hey. So yeah, good luck with finding your names, and I will see you in the next video.